Oh, great sword. I love you. Shh, you don't need to say it. Let's run away together. You're the most important thing in my life.
What? Just two blades.
What the fuck?
Hello, my fellow hunters, my fellow greatsword brothers and sisters in arms, and I guess you guys that use worse weapons. Ho ho! It's been a while since a good old build video, hasn't it? But then again, it's been a while since there's been due merit to do so. But thanks to Behemoth armor, what we can now do is absolutely mental. So let's go over it. And also, this is for everyone who every day constantly asks me, what greatsword armor are you currently working with? Please tell me what pieces you want.
How do I build a greatsword that high? I need to know what you've got equipped.
So that's gonna be nice, isn't it? Let's do it. Now look, we're not gonna be winning any points for genius creativity here. We're using 4 pieces of Drachen armor. It really is that bonkers for greatsword. I mean, it's just nuts in general, but for greatsword specifically, it is a dream come true. So, we have ourselves, just for putting it on, 4 crit, which is nice, because it goes towards making the Master's Touch, which we are wanting to utilize here, ever so much more useful, get that infinite white sharpness. Then we get a bit of attack boost, which, again, bigger numbers, because really, you know, that's what we're all about, greatsword, overcompensating, because everything else in our life is just so insignificant. Crit boost 3 for crazy crits. Honestly, when true charge hits, you're going to be tearing open holes in the fabric of reality. And a bit of airborne, because aerial greatsword is powerful. Getting this airborne for free is such a neat little bonus. Aerial greatsword is the highest sustainable DPS in the game. And I very specifically say sustainable there, because, you know, you have things like the heavy bowgun that while it's on does more, but you gotta wait for it to recharge. So aerial greatsword, just for consistent, can keep doing it forever, ledge willing, is just supreme. So whenever you get a little bit of a chance, use your ledging and absolutely hammer home some ridiculous damage. So now we need a waste, but which waste is the least waste? Well, the Drachen waste is ironically a waste, so what waste for the space? Damascus Coil Beta. It's like it was made to accompany this 4 set. 3 level 1s to give us lots of room for activity, and it starts building our focus. And as greatsword players, we love a bit of focus. Now, look, a few of you might be like, actually, I prefer to weave in some other skills. You know, I don't really feel like it needs focus. I'm not too bothered about it, and that's fair enough. It is an entirely personal choice. You're completely free to elect to be wrong. But for everyone who's sane, we want free fun. Okay, look, I do jest, and it is somewhat debatable, but look, it makes the weapon feel so much better, more fun, more fluid, but tangibly, after hours of meticulous testing, it's about a 5% to 12% damage increase. So those two compounded, and the fact that with this 4 set, there really isn't another waste. I mean, I will go over an alternate build towards the end, but honestly, there's not that much better choice. It's kind of a win-win situation to just weave free focus into all of the other ridiculous skillage we will get here. So naturally, to accompany that, our charm slot, a focus charm, surprising absolutely no one. Finishing it off nicely, preventing you having to farm 2 rare focus jewels, which would be hey bitch, and then we have all of this lovely slottage to play around with, though already the skill list is not bad at all. So the natural thing to do then is whack in 3 expert jewels, and you're really not going to be pulling your hair out trying to farm the decorations to make this work. That's what, on top of all of this, is so absolutely ridiculous about it. So right now then, with max critical eye and the weapon that we are using, which is of course the
rocket-powered lobster great sword!
We have a healing augment and a critical one, which is just the best choice. It's really hard to argue for anything else for normal, non-full-on time attack runs. So we get -5% by default. We of course finish the attack to level 4, bringing that to 0. Then with maximum affinity increase from critical eye, we go to 30%. Now 30% isn't a lot to power Master's Touch Infinite White Sharpness, so of course we want the classic weakness exploit, which is probably the hardest decorations to acquire for this, because you need 3 of them. They're only rare 6, but they're not the most common. But now we're sat at 80% affinity, which is plenty, given how infrequently Greatsword hits, given that if you're playing it properly, you are sniping weak points always, you're just not going to run out. I have been using this build a lot, and I maybe sharpen once a hunt. If things really go wrong, it's a non-issue. It's beautiful. Then, obviously, we top this off with non-elemental boost, because it's 10% damage for 1 slot. I still don't know how this was even... I'll take it. And then 3 slots left for true customization, tailoring it to you. Then I personally like to put a handicraft jewel in here, and I know they're not the easiest to get hold of, though I do have 5 of them. I guess I'm just handy at... Yeah, no, I'm gonna put the brakes on that one right now. The other 2 then, we could put in 2 more attack jewels. I crack myself up sometimes. I personally like to just put in a little bit of extra health. I find it's really useful, lets me be a little bit sloppier, be a little bit more chill while I'm farming. I like the extra handicraft because then we have 20 hits of white, which is a nice comfort zone if you do hit some non-weakness exploit applicable areas a little bit too often, and you might find yourself on a little bit of a too fine balance edge with Master's Touch, and this gives you a little bit of leeway. So, how does this look if you really insist on not having focus? This is about where I'd go. The Empress Coil giving you a bit of tool specialist, which is, you know, nice. You get to use your mantles more often, but more than that, it's 2 level 2 slots for 2 maximum might ranks from 2 mighty jewels, which is 100% affinity. So that's really nice, because then you can essentially rely on the natural white sharpness, and you can put whatever you feel like in the now freed slot, but you do lose the couple bits of extra health that I had from the level 1s, and of course focus is gone. So let's have a look what we're actually working with here in terms of pure numberage once you start rocking this beautiful killing machine of an outfit. 880 true charges. Yeah, it's not bad at all. And the thing is, none of the 4 pieces of Drachen are wasted. None of them are there because we need the 4th to get Master's Touch. The 4 of them by themselves, without Master's Touch, would still probably be used in the Best Great Sword set, but infinite sharpness on top of that? Yeah, okay, I'll accept that. It's unreal to me that this armor was even brought into existence. It feels like another rerun of the Star Knight armor of old. But I guess I'm not complaining, so thanks, Behemoth! What? I can't tell what you're saying.
You're welcome.
Okay. And I guess it also does look pretty damn awesome. So yeah, just a little bit of here's what I currently consider to be the best greatsword armor. And the thing about it is, it can't get much better. You essentially have every skill Greatsword cares about with a little bit of extra health thrown in for fun. Now, I guess in the future, with even more ridiculous, we could have also the full 7/7 attack and maybe a couple extra slots for, I don't know, let's throw in Quick Sheath, because there's literally nothing else we can put in there that's useful. But look, realistically, it just does not get much better than this. I was so excited when I looked at the armor and realized what this meant for the weapon that I love. I can't help it, I'm a big Greatsword fan. Look, I dabbled in other weapons. I have done. I do like other weapons, but, you know, none of them are a huge rocket-powered sword with the highest hitting numbers in the game. What do you want from me? Alright, guys, I hope you enjoyed this. Arch-Tempered Teostra coming very soon. I'm also going on holiday for the weekend, so that won't really change anything from your perspective. Videos will still go up like normal. I just thought I'm going on holiday. I thought it'd be nice to share. All right. My name has been Josh. Like you've enjoyed this, subscribe for more, and I will see you soon. A goodbye.
Rage Gaming with the video float.
But that's all that's really relevant at the mo, but I'm still gonna leave this up so you patrons know that I love you even though the outro's no longer that kinda relevant. But the new one's being worked on and it's gonna be a truly badass song, and don't worry, I won't be doing any rapping on it. I'm gonna go now. This was shit.